I was on my way to bring baklava to my family when I overheard them telling my brother, "Don't stress about the debt, we'll dump it on your brother. He never refuses family." I stayed silent, walked away, and moved every dollar of my savings. But what they didn't know was, "Stop acting like it's my fault!" Elias's voice cracked through the living room. His face was red, his fists balled tight. Mom sat at the edge of the couch, wringing a tissue until it tore into shreds. Dad leaned forward in his chair, his glass of whiskey leaving a wet ring on the table. Leora stormed in and out of the kitchen, slamming cabinets, plates rattling like warning bells. The room smelled like burnt coffee and stale liquor. The air was heavy, like no one had opened a window in months. Elias pointed a shaking finger at Dad. "You signed the loan papers without telling me, and now you're throwing it on me?" "I'm not your damn puppet," Dad shot back, his voice booming. "It was for the family. We all sacrifice. You should be proud to carry that weight." Elias laughed bitterly. "Proud? You've never carried a thing in your life. You just push it onto us." No one noticed me in the corner chair. Not until the shouting stopped for half a breath and Leora's sharp eyes landed on me. "Don't play quiet, Matteo. You were part of this too, weren't you?" The words hit me like a stone. My name is Matteo Calder. I'm 26 years old. For most of my life, my place in this family has been silence. When they argued, I stayed quiet. When they needed something, I gave. When they wanted blame, they found me. I was the wall they leaned against, the mat they stepped over. People think silence means peace, but silence eats you alive from the inside. I could have denied Leora's words. Could have said, "No, I didn't know about the papers. No, I didn't sign anything." But I didn't. Because explaining means telling the truth. And the truth? I've been holding it for years. And tonight wasn't about defense. Tonight was about watching them unravel. Family members introduced. Dad, Ronan Calder. 55. A man who believes his anger is strength. He's the type who speaks and expects the room to obey. His way of dismissing me is simple. A flick of his hand, a muttered, "Enough." Mom, Sylvie. Mid-50s. Gentle voice, soft eyes. But her softness bends into excuses. She cries instead of speaking, apologizes instead of choosing sides. Elias, 29. My older brother, reckless, loud, always rescued. He grew up with Dad's praise and Mom's protection. He broke things and I was asked to fix them. Leora, 22. The youngest. Her tongue is sharp, her temper quick. She throws words like knives, then pretends she didn't mean to cut. And me. Matteo, the ghost in the room, the one they count on because they know I won't say no. But tonight wasn't like the others. Tonight, silence wouldn't save them. Dad slammed his glass down so hard, amber drops splashed onto the table. The loan is in Elias's name, yes. But this family is one body. Matteo will help cover it. He always has. Elias barked a laugh, sharp and bitter. "That's your solution? Push it on Matteo again? He's your safety net, not me." Leora stepped forward, eyes burning. "Don't act innocent, Elias. He's not a victim. Matteo knew about this. He's been playing both sides." Their voices rose, circling around me like a storm. I stayed still, heart steady, eyes calm. Inside, though, I was remembering. The night weeks ago when I carried a box of baklava toward the house and froze outside the door. Their voices carried. Their plan was clear. "Don't worry, Elias. Matteo never refuses family." They didn't know that. The next morning, I moved every dollar of my savings. Now, as the fight burned hotter, Leora slipped. Her words were fast, angry, careless. "Dad, if Matteo finds out the truth..." Her hand shot to her mouth. Too late. "What truth?" Elias demanded. His eyes darted between them, searching. Dad growled. "Enough!" Mom whispered. "Please, not now." But Elias wasn't letting go. "What are you hiding from me?" The room was thick with secrets. Their eyes avoided mine, bouncing between each other, searching for someone to speak first. And me? I leaned back, letting the silence stretch. calm, still, the kind of quiet that makes people uneasy. Finally, I let my voice break through. I already know. 4 words. That was all. But those words froze the room. Dad's jaw tightened. Mom's sob caught in her throat. Leora went pale. And Elias? His anger shifted into something else. Fear. The memory returned like a wound reopening. 16 years old. Standing in the rain outside our house, my hair dripping into my eyes, my shoes soaked through. Inside, Dad's voice thundered, "He'll do it. He owes this family. He's the responsible one." The "it" was my college savings. Years of cutting lawns, working weekends, saving every spare dollar, and it was gone in a night. Gone to cover Elias's mistake. I remember walking inside, handing Dad the envelope, my fingers shaking. The smell of wet asphalt followed me in. Mom didn't even look at me. She was busy holding Elias, telling him it would be okay. That was the night I learned my silence had a use. And Leora? She was 12, standing at the stairs, watching. She saw it. She knew. And she never said a word. Back in the living room, I locked eyes with her. "You've known for years, Leora, haven't you?" Her lips parted. She wanted to deny it, but the truth slipped faster. It wasn't Elias's fault. Her voice cracked. "The debt, it isn't his." Dad roared, "Leora, stop!" But she couldn't. The words tumbled out. It was Dad. He lost it. He gambled away the inheritance, the house, everything. Mom broke down, her face buried in her hands. Elias went still, the fight drained out of him. And me? I nodded slowly. "Yeah," I said quietly. "I know. I've always known." The room collapsed into chaos. Elias cursed, pacing, his hands pulling at his hair. Mom pleaded, her voice shaking, we'll fix it somehow." Dad slammed his fist on the table, veins popping in his neck. I didn't move. My voice stayed calm. "I gave you all my silence. Tonight I give you the truth." That line landed like a stone in water. The ripples spread. They froze, staring at me as if they'd never seen me before. Then Mom turned to me, desperate. "Matteo, can't you just help us? One more time, please." The words cut deeper than any shout. One more time. That was all I'd ever been to them. I stood slowly, my chair scraping the floor. The sound was louder than their voices. I picked up my jacket from the armrest. The weight of it felt light, like freedom. "Not this time," I said. My voice was steady, final. Elias reached out, his hand gripping my arm. His voice cracked. "Matteo, don't walk away. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know." For once, I believed him. But believing didn't mean staying. I pulled free. My chest rose with the first full breath I'd taken in years. They'll never see me the same again, I thought. And I don't need them to. Outside, the night was cool. A breeze brushed my face as if the world itself was welcoming me out. Behind me, their voices blurred into muffled chaos. Yelling, crying, breaking apart. The house was cracking, and for the first time, I wasn't holding it up. I thought of the bank account I'd already moved, the small apartment key in my pocket, a future that was mine, not theirs. For the first time, I whispered into the night, I don't carry their weight anymore. It wasn't a happy ending. Not yet. Healing takes time. And revenge is quiet. It waits. But tonight, freedom had started. Matteo's reflection fades into a direct question for the audience. If you were in my place, would you forgive them, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Like this if you've ever carried a weight that wasn't yours. Subscribe for more stories that cut deep, stories that feel real.